This is the complete audiobook of Avadhuta Gita, the Song of the Ever-Free. Avadhuta said, 1. It is God's grace alone which gives wise men the desire to realize non-dual Brahman, thus they are set free from great fear. Desire. It is true that mere desire to realize Brahman cannot save men from great fear, but the author has taken it for granted that the aspirant is qualified and competent, and therefore Brahman will be surely realized. Non-dual Brahman. Brahman is one without a second, says the Chandogya Upanishad 6.2l. In the non-dualistic experience, the knower, knowledge, and knowable become one. Thus, he who knows Brahman becomes Brahman. Great fear. The whole world is fraught with disease, despair, grief, and so on. Where there are two, there is fear, because one limits the other. Only in non-duality is there no fear. When an aspirant attains Brahman, he becomes fearless. 2. Indeed, everything in this universe is filled with the Atman, and since the Atman dot is covered by itself, how can I worship that formless, indivisible, immutable, supreme beatitude? Worship is possible when there are two, that is, the worshipper and the worshipped. When the unitive knowledge of I am Brahman is realized, then who will worship whom? 3. The universe, consisting of the 5 elements, space, air, fire, water, and earth, is like water in a mirage. Being that one stainless Atman, to whom shall I bow down? 4. Truly, the Atman alone is all, and in it there is neither division nor non-division. It appears to me perplexing to say, the Atman exists, or the Atman does not exist. Neither division nor non-division, the Atman is inexpressible. Everything in this world has been either conceptualized by the mind or expressed by speech except the Atman. No conception of division or non-division is possible with regard to the Atman, since no second object apart from it exists. For example, if a person had lived in the solar region from the beginning of his life, he would have no conception of darkness or of light. 5. The quintessence of the whole Vedanta is the knowledge and the realization of the Atman. By nature I am that formless, all-pervading Atman. 6. Undoubtedly I am that Atman which is. Omnipresent, luminous, undivided like space, intrinsically pure and unclouded by Maya. Luminous. This term is derived from the Sanskrit word deva. It also means a god. The Atman is self-luminous, as is a pearl with its luster. 7. Truly, I am imperishable, infinite, and the embodiment of pure consciousness. I do not know how happiness and misery are experienced, or who it is that experiences them. 8. For me there is no mental action, good or bad. For me there is no physical action, good or bad. For me there is no verbal action, good or bad. I am undying consciousness, pure and transcendental. Action. The Atman is actionless. To perform any action, 3 things are necessary: the doer, the instrument, and the object. These divisions are possible in the domain of Maya and not in the Atman. According to Vedanta philosophy, avidya karma, ignorance, desire, and action, are rotating in a cyclic order. If there is no ignorance, then there is no desire, and without desire, no action is possible. 9. Truly, the mind is like space. It seems to face in all directions, it seems to transcend everything, it seems to be everything, but in reality, the mind does not exist. Mind. According to the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, desire, resolve, doubt, faith, want of faith, steadiness, unsteadiness, shame, intelligence, and fear, all these are but the mind. 10. I am one and in everything. I am unbounded and beyond space. How can I see my own self appearing or disappearing? 11. Why do you not understand you are truly that absolute one? You are that eternal Atman reflecting all equally. You are the unrefined Lord and ever shining. Then how can you think of day or night or night? You, I am Brahman. Thou art that. These Vedic dictums indicate the same meaning, though the wording is. In the previous verse, Dattatreya described his identity with the Atman, and here he is trying to convince his disciple that he, the disciple, also is the Atman. Day or night, an illumined soul transcends space, time, and causation. 12. Be aware of the Atman always. It is continuous and everywhere the same. You say, I am he who meditates, and the Supreme One is the object of meditation. Why do you thus divide the indivisible? Divide the indivisible. In Samadhi, the meditator, meditation, and the object of meditation, all these three become one. This is the culmination of Vedantic realization. 13. You were never born and you will never die. You have never had a body. The Upanishads declare in many different ways this avowed truth. All is Brahman. Upanishads. There are two types of scriptures. First, the Shruti, which were revealed to the seers of truth, and which have been handed down from guru to disciple. Second, the Smriti, that is, the man-made scriptural laws. The Upanishads belong to the first category. As they are usually found at the end of each of the Vedas, they are called Vedanta. 14. You are always present within as well as without. You are that supreme beatitude always and everywhere. Why, then, do you run hither and thither like a confused ghost? 15. For you and me, there can be neither union nor separation. In reality, neither you nor I nor this world exists. The Atman alone abides. 16. You do not belong to the 5 objects of senses, such as sound, touch, taste, and smell. Nor do they, again, belong to you. Indeed, you are that supreme reality. What reason, then, have you to grieve? 17. You have no birth or death, no memory, no bondage or liberation, nor have you good or evil. Why do you weep, O my dear? Name and form belong neither to you nor to me. No birth or death, good or evil. Birth and death are connected with the body. Bondage and liberation, good and evil, are connected with the mind, but the Atman, the real nature of man, is beyond the body and the mind. Name and form. According to Vedanta philosophy, Brahman is one without a second, but it appears to be manifold by the interposition of name and form, which is called Maya. As the wave has a form and a name, wave, but it is not different from the sea, so the objects of the universe have various forms and names, but they are not different from Brahman. In Samadhi, when name and form disappear, man experiences the oneness of Brahman. 18. O mind, why are you wandering about like a restless ghost? Realize that. Atman. Give up all craving and be happy. 19. Truly, you are that unchanging reality which is motionless, one, and freedom itself. You do not experience passion or dispassion. Why then do you torment yourself by desiring objects of lust? Freedom itself, according to Vedanta, the knower of Brahman becomes Brahman, and that is real freedom or liberation. 20. All the Upanishads declare that Brahman, the supreme reality, is without attributes, pure, immutable, bodiless, and pervading everything equally. Know that I am that Brahman. Do not doubt this. 21. Know this. That which has form is unreal, because it is limited by its form. That which is formless is eternal. He who exemplifies this truth in his own will no longer be subject to rebirth. Rebirth. Man wants immortality. If he wants to stop death, he will have to stop birth, because birth and death are the obverse and reverse of the same coin. Vedanta suggests that man can transcend birth and death by realizing the immortal Atman. The Katha Upanishad says, He who has understanding, who has control over his mind and is ever pure, reaches that goal from which he is not born again, 1.38. 22. The sages say that the reality is one and unchanging. When craving is renounced, unity and diversity cease to exist in the mind. Craving. According to Vedanta, the whole world is nothing but a projection of the mind. Cessation of desire, dissolution of the mind, and illumination occur simultaneously. 23. How can a man attain samadhi as long as he thinks of himself as something other than the Atman? But on the other hand, samadhi is not possible for a man who thinks of himself as the Atman. How can samadhi be attained as long as a man thinks that the Atman exists and yet does not exist? And what need is there to attain samadhi if all are one and by nature free? Samadhi. This superconscious state is of two kinds, savikalpa and nirvikalpa. In nirvikalpa samadhi, knower knowledge, knowable become unified, but this does not occur in savikalpa samadhi. Here, Dattatreya means to say that, being the Atman, it is illogical to think that one would have to practice samadhi. 24. You are the ever-pure and unchanging reality. You are bodiless, birthless, and imperishable. I know the Atman, or I do not know. Why do you think in such terms? 25. The Atman, the true nature of being, has been established by the great Vedic dictums, such as Thou art that and I am Brahman. The body, consisting of 5 elements, is unreal. This has been declared by the Upanishads, saying, not this, not this. Vedic dictums. They are 4 in number. L. Consciousness manifest in the individual is Brahman, as stated in the Aitareya Upanishad 3.5 of the Rig Veda. 2. I am Brahman, as stated in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, I.4.1, or the Yajurveda. 3. Thou art that, as stated in the Chandua Upanishad. 4. This Atman is Brahman, as stated in the Mandukya Upanishad. 2. Of the Atharva Veda. Not this, not this. It is a process of elimination or negation, since the Atman cannot be described in a positive way. This self is that which has been described as not this, not this. It is imperceptible, for it is never perceived, undecaying, for it never decays, unattached, for it is never attached, unfettered, it never feels pain and never suffers injury. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, April 5th, 50. 26. Truly, everything in this universe is filled through and through by your Atman alone. Thus, there is no meditator or meditation in your mind. How is it that you are meditating without any sense of shame? Shame. There is a chance of misunderstanding this utterance of Dattatreya. People may think meditation is useless, which is not true. The purpose of meditation is illumination. But Dattatreya was a knower of Brahman, and he instructed from his level of realization. His idea is, a human being by nature is free, and one's meditation presupposes a shameful forgetfulness of one's true divine nature. 27. How can I speak of, or worship that supreme beatitude, which I do not know as an object of knowledge? For I myself am that supreme beatitude, the ultimate reality, which is full by nature and all-pervading like space. 28. I am not the cosmic principles. I am that self-same reality which is devoid of inference and reason, and free from subject and object. How can I know myself? Cosmic principles. According to Sankhya cosmology, there are 24 cosmic principles. El Prakriti, primordial nature. 2. Mahat, cosmic intelligence. 3. Ahamkara, the ego sense. 4. Manas, the mind. 5 organs of perception, hearing, touch, sight, taste, and smell. 10, 14, 5 organs of action, tongue, hands, feet, and the organs of evacuation and generation. 15. 19. 5 tanmatras: sound potential, touch potential, sight potential, taste potential, and smell potential. 2024. 5 gross elements: space, air, fire, water, and earth. Know myself, a knower of Brahman, destroys the idea of duality, which originates from ignorance. At that time, who will see whom? Who? Cf. Max Planck. Science cannot solve the ultimate mystery of nature, and that is because in the last analysis we ourselves are part of nature, and therefore part of the mystery we are trying to solve. The most penetrating eye cannot see itself any more than a working instrument can work itself. Where is science going? 29. An object cannot be infinite by nature. Matter cannot be reality itself. Truly, the Atman alone is the supreme reality. It is neither injurious nor non-violent. Neither injurious nor non-violent. The Katha Upanishad says, I, the killer thinks he kills, and if the killed man thinks he is killed, neither of these apprehends aright. The self kills not, nor is it killed. January 2nd, 1930. You are that pure, bodiless, unborn, imperishable, unchanging reality. How can there be any confusion relating to the Atman? And again, how can you say, I am confused? 31. When the jar is broken, the jar, space, that is, the space contained in the jar, becomes completely unified with the space. So also, when the mind becomes purified, it is united with the supreme beatitude. Thus, no diversity is perceived by me. 32. Distinctions such as jar and jar space, individual body and individual soul, do not exist in Brahman. Realize that absolute Brahman, which neither is knowable nor can be made known. 33. The Atman exists always, everywhere and in everything. It is eternal and unchanging. Everything in this world is void, and again it is filled with the Atman. Realize, I am that Atman. Do not doubt this. 34. In Brahman, there are neither the Vedas, nor worlds, nor gods, nor sacrifices. There are neither stages of ka, nor caste, nor race, nor lineage. There is neither the path of smoke, nor the path of light. Only the self-same Brahman, the supreme reality, exists. Stages of life: Brahmacharya of a student, Gahasthya, life of a householder, Vanaprastha, life of a recluse, and Sannyasa, of a monk. Castes: Brahmin, priest, Kshatriya, warrior, Vaishya, businessman, and Shudra, labourer. Path of smoke: night, the dark half of the moon, and the 6 months of the southward passage of the sun. Taking this path, the soul reaches the lunar path, and thence returns to this world to be born again. Path of light: fire, light, daytime, the bright half of the moon, and the 6 months of the northward passage of the sun. Taking this path, the soul reaches the abode of Brahma and gradually attains liberation. He then does not return to this world for rebirth. In case the reader is interested in knowing more about the path of smoke and the path of light, the following references are given. Chandogpa Upanishad 5.11 to 10, 2, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, June 2nd, 1516, 3, Bhagavad Gita 8.23 to 27. 35. If you have realized that Absolute One, which is free from the pervader and the pervaded, how can you think of the Atman as perceptible or imperceptible? 36. Some prefer to be non-dualists while others prefer to be dualists, but none of them truly knows the self-same Brahman, which is devoid of duality and non-duality. 37. Brahman is free from colours, such as white, blue, and yellow. It is devoid of qualities, such as sound, touch, and smell. How do people describe Brahman, which is beyond mind and speech? Beyond mind and speech. Although Brahman is beyond mind and speech, it is revealed to the pure mind. The Katha Upanishad says, the Atman hidden in all beings does not shine forth, but it is seen by subtle seers through their one-pointed and subtle intellects. January 3rd, 12. 38. When everything in this world, including the body, becomes unreal and void like space, then truly one knows Brahman. Then there is no longer any parade of dualities for him. 39. It appears to me that my innate self and the supreme self are truly identical and exactly like one continuous space. How can there be a meditator and meditation? 40. Whatever I do, whatever I eat, whatever I offer in sacrifice, and whatever I give away, none of these belong to me. I am ever pure, unborn, and immutable. 41. Know all this universe to be formless. Know all this universe to be devoid of transformation. Know all this universe to be pure existence itself. Know all this universe to be of the nature of the supreme beatitude. 42. Undoubtedly you are that supreme reality. Why then do you think thus? Do I know the Atman or do I not? Or is it a matter of experience or is it incomprehensible? 43. O my dear, as darkness and light cannot remain together, so how can ignorance and knowledge be in Brahman? All this is that one spotless, formless reality. 44. I am without beginning, middle, and end. I am never bound. By nature, I am pure and perfect. This is my firm conviction. 45. Nothing is perceived by me, from the cosmic intelligence down to the manifested universe. Truly, all this is Brahman. How can there be any continuance of caste and stages of life? 46. I know in every way that I am the sole reality, all-pervasive, independent, and ever-existent, the five elements, space, air, fire, water, and earth, are all unreal. 47. The Atman is neither male, nor female, nor neuter. It is not a matter of perception or inference. Why then do you ponder over whether the Atman is blissful or devoid of bliss? Neither male nor female, the Atman, the pure consciousness, is the real nature of all beings. It is sexless. The conception of sex pertains to the body, but the Atman is not the body. The Sveta Upanishad says, Thou art woman, thou art man, thou art youth and maiden too. It is thou alone who, when born, assume diverse forms. 4.3. The Atman is blissful. According to the Vedanta philosophy, bliss is the essence of existence. Brahman is bliss and is the source of things. For who, indeed, could live, who breathe, if there were not this bliss in space? That is, in the heart. 48. The Atman cannot be purified through the practice of the 6 limbs of yoga, or through the annihilation of the mind, or through the instruction of a teacher. The Atman is the reality itself, and it is purity itself. 6 limbs of yoga. The 6 practices of Hatha Yoga, such as cleaning the stomach, fixing the gaze on a particular object, or an exercise consisting of alternate suppression and emission of breath. Instruction of a teacher. The Atman is ever pure and self-luminous, but it is covered by ignorance. The instruction of the teacher helps to remove ignorance from the mind of the disciple, and thus he realizes his own self. 49. The Atman neither has a body of 5 elements, nor is it without a body. Truly, everything is the Atman. How can the 3 states and the 4th be ascribed to the Atman? The 3 states. The Vedanta scriptures have elaborately discussed the 3 states of the soul. They are the waking state, the dream state, and the dreamless sleep state. These cover the totality of the soul's experiences in the relative world. The 4th. It is called the 4th in relation to the 3 states of consciousness, namely waking, dreaming, and sleeping. It is the absolute or Turiya state, which is beyond Maya. 50. Truly, I am neither bound nor free nor separated from Brahman. I am neither the doer nor the enjoyer, neither the pervader nor the pervaded. 51. As water mixed with water remains the same, undifferentiated water, so Prakriti, matter, and Purusha, spirit, both appear identical to me. 52. If you are not free, indeed, then neither are you ever bound. How then can you think of yourself as with form when bound, or as formless when liberated? 53. I know your supreme form, which is ever-present and all-pervading like space. Similarly, I know your form, which is indeed like water in a mirage. 54. I have neither guru nor instruction, neither attributes nor action. Know for certain I am incorporeal like space, and absolutely pure by nature. 55. You are absolutely pure. You are without any body and mind, and beyond Maya. Do not be ashamed to say, I am the Atman, the supreme reality. 56. O mind, why do you weep? You are truly the Atman. Be one with it. Drink, O my dear, the supreme nectar of the boundless ocean of non-dual Brahman. 57. In the Atman there is neither knowledge nor ignorance, nor the combination of the two. He who always has this knowledge becomes knowledge itself, and nothing else. Combination of the two. According to a ritualistic school, knowledge and ignorance can coexist, as we see both light and darkness in a firefly. In its view, a person can perform ritualistic action even after illumination. The school of Advaita Vedanta, however, does not agree with this. It says that knowledge and ignorance, like day and night, cannot coexist. This knowledge, that is, the knowledge of the self. The Mundaka Upanishad says, the knower of Brahman becomes Brahman. 3.2.9. 58. Selfie knowledge does not depend upon reasoning, or the practice of meditation, or the instruction of a guru, or anything in space and time. I am by nature that absolute knowledge. The reality which is innate, eternal, and boundless as space. 59. I was never born and will never die, neither do I perform any action, good or bad. I am that pure, attributeless Brahmin. How can there be bondage or liberation for me? 60. When Brahman is omnipresent, luminous, motionless, full, and continuous, I do not see any diversity. How can it be inside or outside? 61. The whole universe appears to me as an indivisible, uninterrupted entity. Ah, what a terrible delusion of Maya has created the distinction between duality and non-duality. 62. The object, either with form or without form, is always negated by saying not this, only the supreme beatitude, which is free from difference and sameness, exists. 63. You have neither mother nor father, nor relative, nor wife, nor child, nor friend. Neither have you any partiality or impartiality. Why then is there so much suffering in your myriad? 64. O mind, there is no day or night for you, nor rise nor fall. How can the wise imagine a bodiless being to have a body? 65. Realize the immutable Atman, which is neither the whole nor the part, neither undivided nor divided. It is beyond happiness and misery. 66. I am neither the doer nor the enjoyer. There is no past or present action in me. Since I have no idea of body or of bodilessness, how can I say that it is mine or not mine? 67. I am free from such weaknesses as passion, anger, and so on. I am free from misery pertaining to the body, the mind, and so on. Know that I am that Atman, which is one and vast as space. 68. My friend mind, what is the use of so much idle talk? My friend mind, all this is a matter of conjecture. I have told you what is the quintessence. You are indeed the reality, boundless as space. 69. In whatever way and in whatever place the yogis die, they merge into Brahman, as the jar space is united with the limitless space when the jar is broken. 70. A yogi may die in a holy place or in the house of an untouchable, or he may even die in a coma, but no sooner does he give up the body than he becomes one with the absolute Brahman. 71. The yogis consider everything. duty, wealth, objects of enjoyment, liberation, and all movable and immovable things, such as men, trees, and so on, as water in a mirage. 72. I did not perform actions in the past, nor do I perform actions in the present, nor shall I perform actions in the future. Neither did I, nor do I, nor shall I enjoy their respective fruits. This is my firm conviction. 73. The Avadhuta lives happily alone in a secluded place, purified by the uninterrupted bliss of Brahman. Renouncing the ego, the mendicant Avadhuta moves about and finds everything within his own self. 74. Where there is no threefold state, nor even the fourth, transcendental, there one attains the absolute Atman. Where there is neither virtue nor vice, how can there be bondage or liberation? 75. One cannot attain Brahman through the repetition of mantras, or the recitation of the Vedas, or the practice of tantric rites. The great Avadhuta, after purifying himself through meditation and becoming absorbed in the uninterrupted bliss of Brahman, has sung this Gita spontaneously. 76. Everything is void and at the same time full. There is neither truth nor falsehood in Brahman. This is narrated by the Avadhuta from his own experience, and also according to his knowledge of the scriptures. Here ends the first chapter of the Avadhuta Gita of Dattatreya, entitled Self-Acknowledge. Chapter 2. Avadhuta said, A guru may be young or an enjoyer of worldly pleasures, he may be illiterate or a servant or a householder, but none of these should be taken into consideration. Does one give up a gem dropped in the dirt? Guru-gi means darkness or ignorance. Ru means destroyer. He who destroys ignorance is the guru. Young. Spirituality cannot be measured by age alone. Children may be more spiritually minded than their parents. Enjoyer of worldly pleasures. An illumined soul is not contaminated by anything. Apparently he may be engaged in worldly pursuits due to prarabdha, or the momentum of his past action, but that does not affect his knowledge. Illiterate illumination does not depend on the study of the scriptures. 2. The teachings of a guru should not be judged from the standpoint of literary merit. Indeed, intelligent people accept the quintessence. Is not a boat, though unpainted and ugly, capable of carrying passengers across the ocean? 3. The motionless Brahman possesses all that is movable and immovable without any effort. It is by nature calm, conscious, and all-pervading, like space. 4. Truly, that omnipresent Brahman alone guides effortlessly all that is mobile and immobile. Then how can that non-dual Brahman be different from me? 5. Since I am that supreme beatitude, I am beyond the essential and the non-essential. I am free from birth and death, doubt and confusion. 6. I am without constituent parts, so I am worshipped by the gods. Since I am that integral being, I do not acknowledge differences between gods, such as Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. Worshipped by the gods, a knower of Brahman is higher than the gods, because he is illumined, perfect, and free from body consciousness. The gods possess celestial bodies due to their virtuous actions, but they are subject to coming back to the earth after the completion of the results of those good actions. 7. Ignorance cannot create any doubt in me. Why should I care about the waves of the mind? They appear and disappear like bubbles in water. 8. As softness, hardness, sweetness and bitterness are ever connected with their respective objects, so cosmic intelligence and other elements are always pervaded by Brahman. 9. As water can be hot or cold or warm and still be the same water, so also Prakriti and Purusha, spirit, it seems to me, are identical. 10. Since Brahman is subtler than the subtlest, it is devoid of appellation. It is beyond the senses, the mind, and the intellect. It is the ever-shining Lord of the universe. 11. When Brahman is such a natural entity, how can there be I or you, or this movable or immovable universe? 12. Brahman has been described as being like space, and truly, like space, it is all-pervading. Brahman is pure consciousness, omniscient and full. 13. Truly, Brahman neither moves about on the earth, nor is it carried by air. Neither is it submerged in water, nor does it dwell in fire. 14. Space is fully pervaded by Brahman, but Brahman is not pervaded by anything. It resides inside and outside and is undivided and uninterrupted. 15. Because Brahman is subtle, invisible, and without qualities, whatever methods have been prescribed by the yogis to realize should be followed, one after another. Methods. The 8 limbs of yoga. Yama, general disciplines, non-stealing, continence, and non-acceptance of gifts. In this chapter, Dattatreya Avadhuta repeats the following line 2 times, 2 times, 2 times, with a view to asserting the real nature of the self. Svarupa nirvanam anam mayo ham. In harness, superglev atato. Sphenatural state, liberation, freedom, free from disease and grief, that is a blissful state. 4. Neither darkness nor light, neither inside nor outside, nor any other diversity appears in myself. I am by nature blissful and free. 5. Ignorance and knowledge do not originate in me. The knowledge of the self also does not arise in me. How can I say that I have ignorance or knowledge? I am by nature blissful and free. 6. Brahman is not associated with virtue and vice, or bondage and freedom. Nothing appears to me as united or separated. By nature. 7. No one is my superior or inferior. I have no idea of neutrality, nor do I have any enemy or friend. How can I speak of good and evil? I am by nature blissful and free. 8. I am neither the worshipper nor the object of worship. Instructions and rituals are not meant for me. How can I describe the nature of absolute consciousness? I am by nature blissful and free. 9. Nothing pervades Brahman, nor is anything pervaded by Brahman. Neither has it an abode, nor is it abodeless. How can I describe it as full or empty? I am by nature blissful and free. 10. Myself is not the perceiver, nor the object of perception. It has no cause or effect. HPW, can I say that? It is conceivable or inconceivable. I am by nature blissful and free. 11. Myself neither destroys anything, nor is it destroyed by anything. Neither is it a knower, nor is it knowable. O dear one, how can I describe it as coming or going? By nature. 12. I have no body, nor am I bodiless. I have no senses, mind or intellect. How can I say that I have attachment or detachment? I am by nature blissful and free. 13. Forceful assertions cannot change Brahman, nor does denial of Brahman make it disappear. How can I say, O friend, whether Brahman is always the same or not? I am by nature blissful and free. 14. I have subdued the senses, and again, I have not subdued them. I have never cultivated self-restraint or religious austerities. O friend, how can I speak of success and defeat? I am by nature blissful and free. 15. I do not have a form, nor am I formless. I have no beginning, middle, or end. Friend, how can I say that I am strong or weak? I am by nature blissful and free. 16. O my dear, death and immortality, poison and nectar have never emanated from me. How can I say that I am pure or impure by nature? 17. For me there is no waking or dreaming, nor any posture of yoga, nor is there any day or night. How can I say that I am in the third state, and if there were 10, I am by nature blissful and free? 18. Know that I am free from everything, and again, not free from anything. I have no Maya, nor its multiple forms. How can I say that I shall have to practice daily obligatory religious disciplines? I am by nature blissful and free. Free from everything, anything. When an aspirant is united with Nirguna Brahman, Brahman without attributes, he is free from everything. And again, when he is identified with Saguna Brahman, Brahman with attributes, he is one with everything. Daily obligatory disciplines, japam, prayer, meditation, charity, study of the scriptures, and various kinds of sacrifices. 19. Know that I am completely absorbed in Brahman. Know that I am free from aim and aimlessness. How can I speak of union or separation? I am by nature blissful and free. 20. I am neither a fool nor a scholar. I am neither taciturn nor talkative. How can I describe Brahman through argument or counter-argument? I am by nature blissful and free. 21. I have no father, no mother, no family. I belong to no race. Never was I born and never shall I die. How can I say that I have affection or delusion? I am by nature blissful and free. 22. I never disappear. I am ever present. There is no light or darkness in me. How can I say that ritualistic injunctions are meant for me? I am by nature blissful and free. 23. Know for certain that I am free from perplexity. I know for certain that I am eternal. I know for certain that I am immaculate. I am by nature blissful and free. 24. O my dear, the wise men give up all types of meditation as well as all types of action, good or bad. They drink the nectar of renunciation. I am by nature blissful and free. 25. Where the intellect cannot reach, how can there be any form of composition? The great Avadhuta, after purifying himself through meditation and becoming absorbed in infinite bliss, has sung spontaneously about Brahman. Here ends the 4th chapter of the Avadhuta Gita of Dattatreya. Chapter 5. Avadhuta said, The all-pervading Brahman has been expressed by this syllable 0M, but its essence cannot be ascertained by either higher or lower knowledge. Both noumenon and phenomenon have been repudiated in the context of Brahman. Hence, how can the syllable Om express it? Om is called the Nada Brahman or the sound Brahman. The 3 letters A, U and M pronounced in combination as OMR are the generalized symbol of all possible sounds. All articulate sounds are produced in the space between the root of the tongue and the lips. The throat sound is A and Mis, the last sound. U represents the rolling forward of the impulse that begins at the root of the tongue and ends at the lips. If a complex properly pronounced, OM will represent the whole gamut of sound production, and no other word can do this. This OM is the true symbol of God. The Katha Upanishad says, The goal which all the Vedas declare, which all austerities aim at, and which men desire when they lead the life of continence, I will tell you briefly. It is O-M. This syllable, O-M, is indeed Brahman. This syllable is the highest. Whosoever knows this syllable obtains all that he desires. January 2nd, 1516. 2. The Upanishads, through their great dictums such as Thou art that and I am Brahman, have declared that your inmost Atman is TB reality. You are the all-embracing sameness devoid of all attributes. Being the self-same Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? Being the self-same, do you weep? According to the Vedantic tradition, the self, the real nature of human beings, should be heard of, reflected on, and meditated upon as a part of spiritual discipline. Thus one becomes illumined through this repetition of practice. In this chapter, Dattatreya Avadhuta repeats the following line 30 times. Kimu Rodishi Manasi Sava Saman. Kimu equals why, Rodishi equals Algesti do weep. Manasi equals samam, mind. Sarva-samam equals center, being the yin, self-same Brahman. And kimu, gata, lima. 3. The all-encompassing Brahman is devoid of below and above, interior and exterior. Moreover, it cannot be described as numerically one. Being the self-same Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 4. Brahman cannot be discerned by following prescribed rules and rituals. It cannot be examined through cause and effect. It is bereft of inflected words and euphonic combinations. Being Brahman, O mind, why do? 5. Brahman is not the union of consciousness and unconsciousness. It is not the meeting point of space and outer space. It is not the merging point of time and timelessness. Being the self-same Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 6. Brahman is neither the jar space nor the jar. It is neither the body of the individual soul nor the individual soul itself. It is beyond the relationship of cause and effect. Being the self-same Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 7. The all-pervading Brahman is freedom itself. The divisions of short and long, circular and angular, are absent in it. Being the self-same Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 8. Brahman is neither void nor non-void. It is neither pure nor impure. It is neither all nor none. Being the self-same Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 9. Brahman cannot be discerned as divided or undivided. Moreover, it has no outside or inside or junction of the two. It is equal to all and bereft of enemy and friend. Being Brahman, O why do? 10. In Brahman there is no differentiation between one who is a disciple and one who is not. In Brahman there is no differentiation between the movable and the immovable. The all-pervading reality is liberation itself. Being the self-same Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? Liberation itself. As pure water poured into pure water becomes one with it, so also, O Gautama, does the self of the sage who knows. Katha Upanishad 2.I. 15. Indeed, Brahman is bereft of form and formlessness. It is truly neither divided nor undivided. Moreover, it is free from creation and destruction. Being Brahman, O why do? 12. Since I am not bound by the fetters of good and evil qualities, how can I be involved in the actions of the living and the dying? Truly, I am the pure, unclouded, all-pervading reality. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? How can I be involved? An illumined soul sees that the gunas, qualities, in the form of the senses are involved with the gunas in the form of the sense objects, and that this constitutes man's action. So he always holds himself unattached, allowing the gunas to perform their natural functions. 13. Brahman is free from emotion and excitement, desire and desirelessness. Indeed, this highest consciousness is identical with liberation. Being Brahman, O why do? 14. The true nature of Brahman is eternal reality itself. It has neither union nor separation. Though it stands aloof from all, yet it pervades all equally. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 15. Brahman pervades equally the open space, the home, and the family. The supreme reality has neither attachment nor detachment, neither knowledge nor ignorance. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 16. This universe, which is the transformation of the immutable Brahman, is unreal, and all phenomena of the invisible Brahman are unreal. Indeed, the Atman alone is the reality. Being the self-same Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? Atman. According to the Vedanta philosophy, Brahman and Atman are the same. Brahman can be compared to the vast space, and the Atman, the self within the individual, can be compared to the room space. 17. Truly, Brahman is identical with the individual soul. It pervades equally all living beings and all immovable things. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 18. It is senseless to discriminate about Brahman which is beyond thought. It is sheer ignorance to see variety in unity. Brahman truly is uninterrupted consciousness. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 19. Brahman is not a state of freedom or bondage, not a state of virtue or vice, not a state of fullness or emptiness. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 20. Indeed, the omnipresent Brahman is devoid of caste and outcast. It is free from cause and effect, unity and diversity. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 21. Brahman, the absolute consciousness, pervades all living beings, as well as motionless objects of the world, and again, it shines of itself, devoid of men and other beings. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 22. The omnipresent Brahman is beyond all, and again, it pervades all equally. It is exceedingly pure and tranquil. It exists without day and night. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 23. Bondage and freedom, union and separation, reasoning and inference, and such pairs of opposites do not converge in Brahman. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 24. In Brahman, time and its divisions, such as morning and evening, have all been denied. The atom and the primordial elements, such as fire and air, have also been negated. But the ultimate reality cannot be denied. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 35. Brahman does not have a body, nor is it disembodied. Indeed, it has no such states as waking, dreaming, and sleeping. It is beyond name and rules. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 26. The all-pervading Brahman is spotless and vast like space. It transcends all, and it permeates all. It is present in the essential and the non-essential, as well as in the modification. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 27. Brahman is unconcerned about virtue and vice. It is indifferent to wealth and poverty, and free from passion and dispassion. Being the self-same Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 28. The all-pervading Brahman is free from pleasure and pain, grief and joy. In that supreme reality there is no guru and no disciple. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 29. In Brahman there is no amorous play or offspring, no strength or weakness. It has neither mobility nor immobility, neither equality nor inequality. It is devoid of discrimination and indiscrimination. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 30. Brahman is the quintessence of all essences, and its nature, attribute, has been stated as being separate from itself. Any action in the sensible phenomenon is unreal. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 31. In various ways the Upanishads declare that the manifested space, earth and so on, are like water in a mirage. Truly, Brahman alone exists equally in all. Being the selfsame Brahman, O mind, why do you weep? 32. Where the intellect cannot reach, how can there be any form of composition? The great Avadhuta, after purifying himself through meditation and becoming absorbed in infinite bliss, has sung spontaneously about Brahman. Here ends the 5th chapter of the Avadhuta Gita of Dattatreya. Chapter 6. Avadhuta said, And would the Upanishads tell us in various ways that space, earth, and so on, are like water in a mirage? If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can it be a subject of comparison or have any peer? 2. Brahman is neither divided nor undivided. Indeed, it is free from action and modification. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, where is the possibility of performing worship and austerity? 3. Truly, that intelligence is eternal and omnipresent, and devoid of vastness and minuteness. If that intelligence is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can one grasp it with the mind or express it through speech? 4. There is no division of day and night or sunrise and sunset in the self-luminous Brahman. If it alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can the sun, the moon, or fire illumine it? 5. The distinctions of desire and desirelessness, action and inaction, are completely lacking in Brahman. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can there be any conception of exterior and interior? 6. Brahman is devoid of expansion and contraction, fullness and emptiness. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, where can one posit a first or a last? 7. With regard to Brahman, the ideas of difference and sameness, knower and knowable, are repudiated. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can there be the third state, or the fourth, transcendental? 8. It is mere fancy to think of Brahman as expressible or inexpressible, knowable or unknowable. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can there be the objects, senses, mind, and intellect? 9. Space and air are not real. Fire and earth are not real. Water and clouds are not real. The indivisible supreme beatitude is the only reality. 10. Since the different worlds, earth, heaven, etc., and the gods, Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, etc., are merely imagination, their existences have been denied. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can there be any merit or demerit, reasoning or intellect? In Brahman, there is no death or immortality, no action or inaction. If Brahman alone is the all-pervading supreme beatitude, how can one speak of its coming or going? 12. In Brahman there is no distinction between Purusha, spirit, and Prakriti, matter, and there is no cause and effect. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can one say it is male or female? 13. Brahman has no association with either the sufferings of old age or the happiness of youth. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can there be infancy, youth, or old age? 14. Indeed, Brahman is devoid of the 4 stages of life and the 4 castes. Moreover, it has no cause, and it is not an agent. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can one think of it as being destroyed or as indestructible? 15. It is mere fancy to think that Brahman is bound or released, that Brahman is created or uncreated. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can it be either mortal or immortal? 16. The conceptions of man and woman, wife and husband, are absent in Brahman. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can one sense pain and pleasure? 17. Indeed, Brahman is free from delusion and depression, doubt and distress. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can there be I and mine? 18. Truly, the distinctions of merit and demerit, bondage and freedom are annulled in Brahman. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can there be feelings of misery and happiness? 19. In Brahman, there is no distinction between sacrificer and sacrifice, or between sacrificial fire and oblation. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, tell me, how can there be any rasul of action? 20. Indeed, Brahman is free from grief and joy, pride and humility. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can there be any thought of passion or dispassion? 2. Niyama, el ainum moshano, consists of cleanliness, contentment, austerity, study of the scriptures, and devotion to God. 3. Asana, or posture. Hips, shoulders, and head must be held straight. 4. Pranayama, or control of the vital force. 5. Pratyahara, or withdrawing the sense organs from their respective objects. 6. Dharana, or concentration of the mind on Brahman. 7. Dhyana, or meditation. 8. Samadhi, or absorption in God, or the Atman. 16. It is through constant practice of yoga that the mind no longer clings to any object, and when objects cease to exist, the mind vanishes into the final cause, shunning good and evil. 17. There is only one infallible antidote for the terrible poison of worldliness which produces the coma of delusion, and that is the innate ambrosia of Brahman. 18. One can think of the formless, and a form can be visualized, but Brahman is neither being nor non-being. It can be termed the innermost. 19. The outer manifestation is this universe, and the inner manifestation is called Prakriti, or Maya. Realize Brahman, which is said to be the innermost of the inner, like water within the kernel of the coconut. 20. Knowledge related to the outer world is false. True knowledge dawns within. Pru. Realize Brahman, which is the innermost of the inner self. It is like water, Pru, within the kernel of the coconut. 21. As one sees the moon as only one, and very bright on the full moon night, so one should perceive Brahman as one and luminous. Dualistic vision comes from false perception. Dualistic vision. The moon is one, but if any person sees two moons, his eyes are defective. Similarly, Brahman is one, if 23. Anybody perceives variety, his vision is caused by the disease of ignorance. 22. As dualistic vision comes from false perception, so a man of diversified intellect cannot realize the omnipresent Brahman. Only he who is pure attains the serene state of Brahman, and his name is praised by many. Pure. This is another translation of the Sanskrit word datta. Generally, it means giver or donor. The word datta may originate either from the root verb da, which means to give, or from the root verb dai, which means to purify. The word data, donor, can also be explained in this way. An act of charity springs from unselfishness, and such an act purifies the mind of the donor. 23. No matter whether one is learned or illiterate, if he but realizes that truth through the grace of the Guru and through the grace of his own intellect, he is released from the turbulent ocean of Maya. 24. He who attains the supreme reality is free from attachment and aversion, is devoted to the welfare of all beings, is serene, and possesses a steady intellect. 25. As the jar space becomes one with the cosmic space on the destruction of the jar, so the yogi after death merges into his real nature, the supreme self. 26. It has been said about the followers of action that whatever state they desire at the time of death, they attain. But this has not been said about the followers of yoga. 27. The destiny of the followers of action can be described by the organ of speech, but the goal of the yogis is inexpressible, because it is hot an object to be acquired. 28. Knowing this, one should not imagine any particular path for the yogis. They give up desire and doubt, and therefore their perfection takes place spontaneously. 29. No matter where a yogi may die, whether it be in a holy place or in the house of an untouchable, he never again enters into a mother's womb. He merges into Supreme Brahman. Murgas. The Katha Upanishad says, when all the desires that dwell in the heart fall away, then the mortal becomes immortal and here attains Brahman. February 3rd, 14. 30. He who has realized the self, which is innate, unborn, and inconceivable, is not contaminated by any evil, even if he acts in whatever way he likes, and once he is free from ignorance, he cannot perform any action. For that reason, the selfie-controlled mendicant is never bound. Not contaminated by any evil. The Brahma Sutras, an authoritative text of Vedanta, says, quote, "Any realization of that Brahman, there occur the non-attachment and destruction of the subsequent and previous sins respectively, because it is declared by the scriptures." 4. Laspure 13. The Chandogpa Upanishad says, "As water does not cling to the lotus leaf, so no evil clings to one who knows Brahman." 4.143. He cannot perform any action, because action originates from desire, and desire originates from ignorance. 31. The yogi attains that eternal, supreme Atman, which is pure, unparalleled, formless, supportless, incorporeal, desireless, beyond the pairs of opposites, devoid of delusion, and of undiminished power. 32. The yogi attains that eternal, supreme Atman, which neither the Vedas, nor initiation, nor tonsha, nor guru, nor disciple, nor symbolic. 33. The yogi attains that eternal, supreme Atman, which has originated from neither Shiva, nor Shakti, nor Manu. It is not a lump of flesh, nor has it a form, nor limbs, such as feet or hands. It is not an entity like a jar, which can be designed and finished. 34. The yogi attains that eternal, supreme Atman from the essence of which both the moving and the unmoving worlds emanate, in which they rest, and again into which they dissolve, as foam and bubbles arise from the modification of water, and then again subside in it. 35. The yogi attains that eternal, supreme Atman, which is beyond knowledge and ignorance, and which is not manifested by any such disciplines as controlling the breath, fixing the gaze, practicing postures, or exercising the nerve current, Pingala, that is, the movement of the Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. 36. The yogi attains that eternal, supreme Atman, which is neither many, nor one, nor both, nor another. It is free from minuteness, largeness, vastness, and emptiness. It is devoid of measurement, dimension, and sameness. 37. The yogi attains that eternal, supreme Atman, whether he is a self-restrained ascetic or not, whether he possesses much wealth or not, whether he is active or inactive. Self-restrained ascetic or not, an aspirant practices spiritual disciplines and tries to control himself because he sees distractions within. On the other hand, an illumined yogi does not have any distractions within, so he does not need to practice self-control. His mind is naturally absorbed in the tranquil self. 38. The yogi attains that eternal, supreme Atman, which is not the body, senses, mind, intellect, or ego. Neither is it the 5 uncompounded elements, nor the 5 gross elements, nor of the nature of space. The 5 uncompounded elements, they are called 5 taumatras, which, by combining and recombining, produce the 5 gross elements. 39. When the yogi attains that supreme Atman, he transcends the injunctions and prohibitions of the scriptures. There is no idea of purity or impurity, nor can any evil thought arise in the undifferentiated mind of the yogi. Anything forbidden to others is permissible to him, because he is beyond all rules. 40. The mind is unable to grasp Brahman, and speech is unable to express it. What to speak of the instruction of the Guru? Indeed, Brahman is entirely revealed unto him who has assimilated the instruction of the Guru, who declared that truth. Chapter 11. Avadhuta said, L. The division of merit and demerit is completely absent in Brahman. Brahman is pure, unmanifested, and devoid of passion and dispassion. How can I worship that infinite supreme beatitude, which is neither with attributes nor without attributes, and is all-pervading and omnipresent? 2. The supreme beatitude is eternal and devoid of colors such as white, red, and black. Truly, it is both cause and effect. I am indeed that Brahman which is free from diversity. O dear friend, how can I, the self, salute the self? 3. I am uncreated and separate from creation, for I am ever present. I am unclouded and free from the cloud of Maya, for I am always manifest. I do not borrow light from another light, and I am also separate from the luminous objects, for I am self-luminous. I am existence, acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. I am existence, acknowledge. Bliss, the real nature of I, which is the Atman, has been expressed in Vedanta philosophy as existence, acknowledge, bliss, absolute. Like the chanting of a mantra, Dattatreya repeats the following line 40 times with a view to asserting the real nature of the self. Nanamaritam samarasam gaganopamoham, knowledge, bliss, existence, space, boundless. 4. Truly, how can I say that Brahman has desire, or that it is desireless? How can I say whether it is attached or unattached? How can I say that it is unreal, or that it is devoid of substance? I am existence, acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 5. How can I say whether Brahman is non-dual or dual in its nature? How can I say whether it is eternal or non-eternal? I am existence, knowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 6. Brahman is neither gross nor subtle. Neither does it appear nor disappear. It is without beginning, middle, and end. There is no higher or lower in Brahman. Indeed, I am proclaiming the truth, the ultimate reality. I am existence, acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 7. Know it for certain that the sense organs and the sense objects are like clouds in the sky. Realize the Shining One as neither bound nor free. I am existence, acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. Like clouds in the sky, Krishna said in the Gita, feelings of heat and cold, pleasure and pain, are caused by the contact of the senses with their objects. They come and go, never lasting long. Endure them. And again, for the enjoyments that arise from contact with objects are only sources of pain. They have a beginning and an end, and the wise find no delight in them. 8. O dear one, I am neither inscrutable nor inaccessible to the intellect. I am neither imperceptible nor inaccessible to perception. I am neither near nor impenetrable to sight. I am existence. Acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 9. I am that fire of knowledge, which consumes all actions of the actionless Atman. I am that fire of knowledge, which destroys all sorrows of the sorrowless Atman. I am that fire of knowledge, which burns up all bodies of the bodiless Atman. I am existence, knowledge and bliss, and boundless as space. That fire. Truly, the Atman is free from action, sorrow, and body. And again, these are all superimposed on it by Maya. The fire of knowledge annihilates all superimpositions. All bodies, gross, subtle, and causal bodies. 10. I am that fire of knowledge which wipes out all sins of the sinless Atman. I am that fire of knowledge which destroys all attributes of the attributeless Atman. I am that fire of knowledge which annihilates all bonds of the unbound Atman. I am existence, acknowledged bliss, and boundless as space. O my dear, I am neither free from thought, nor am I with thought. I am neither separated, nor am I united. I am neither without mind, nor do I have a mind. I am existence, acknowledged bliss, and boundless as space. According to the Vedanta philosophy, when an individual soul merges with Nirguna Brahman, Brahman without attributes, he is beyond thought and mind. And again, when he is within Saguna Brahman, Brahman with attributes, or name and form, he has a mind and he thinks. 12. In myself there are no such alternatives as delusion or lack of delusion, grief or lack of grief, greed or lack of greed. I am existence, knowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 13. I am never bound by the creeper of continuous birth and death. Neither the immense joy of contentment nor the bondage of ignorance are in me. I am existence, acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 14. The perpetuation of the world is the modification of rajas and not of me. The series of suffering is the modification of tamas and not of me. Happiness is the modification of sattva and not of me. I am existence, acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. Sattva, rajas, and tamas are the three gunas, qualities, which constitute prakriti. When the gunas are in perfect balance, there is no creation, expression, or manifestation. When the balance is disturbed, creation occurs. Sattva represents happiness, calmness, and purity. Rajas represents restlessness, passion, and activity. And tamas represents laziness, inertia, and stupidity. 15. I never performed any action which could generate anguish and misery. I never had a mind which could function by the contact of pain and pleasure. I have no source of ego in me. I am existence, acknowledged, bliss, and boundless as space. 16. Both stillness and vibration, doubt and determination, end in Brahman. Both waking and dreaming states, good and evil, terminate in Brahman. Both strength and weakness, mobility and immobility, dissolve in Brahman. I am existence, acknowledge bliss, and boundless as space. Neither the knower nor the knowable. It is beyond speculation and logical reasoning. It is beyond the cognizance of speech, mind, and intellect. Then how can I tell you about Brahman, the ultimate reality? I am existence, acknowledge bliss, and boundless as space. 18. Brahman is neither undivided nor divided. Indeed, it has no inside or outside. Brahman is not something which originated in the past and subsequently will cease to exist. I am existence, acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. Neither undivided nor divided. According to the Vedanta philosophy, there are three kinds of divisions. Swagata Bheda, that is, division of oneself. For example, a tree has many divisions, such as root, trunk, branch, leaf, flower, fruit, etc. 2. Sajyatya Bheda, that is, the division in the same species, such as pine tree, deodar tree, redwood tree, mango tree, etc. Vijatya Bheda, that is, the division of different species, such as tree, stone, water, air, etc. Non-dualistic Vedanta denies all these divisions in Brahman. 19. Truly, I am Brahman, free from passion, jealousy, hatred, and the rest. I am that reality devoid of sufferings caused by physical, terrestrial, and supernatural agencies. I am that truth, untouched by grief and misery of the world. I am existence, acknowledged bliss, and boundless as space. 20. How can there be the fourth transcendental state when there are not three states, waking, dreaming, and sleeping, in Brahman? How can the four cardinal points of space exist without the threefold division of time? Truly, Brahman is the supreme abode of peace. I am existence, acknowledged, bliss, and boundless as space. There are no such divisions as long or short, broad or narrow, circular or angular. I am existence, acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 22. I have neither mother nor father nor children. I have neither birth nor death nor desire. Truly, the supreme reality is unshakable and tranquil. I am existence, acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 23. Brahman is effulgent, absolutely pure, infinite, and beyond the intellect. It is unwise to think of the infinite Brahman as unpolluted or polluted, undivided or divided. I am existence, acknowledge bliss, and boundless as space. 24. If the supreme reality is self-same and absolutely pure, How can there be so many gods, such as Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, or so many abodes, such as Brahmaloka, heaven and earth? I am existence, acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 25. How can I say that the supreme reality is not this or not that it is endless or has an end, or that it is bodiless or has a body? I am existence, acknowledge bliss, and boundless as space. 26. Though actionless, I am ever engaged in the highest activity. Being unattached, I enjoy the bliss of non-attachment. Being bodiless, I enjoy the happiness of bodilessness. I am existence, knowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 27. The beautiful creation of Maya does not cause any change in myself. Neither crookedness and deceit, nor truth and untruth can produce any effect on me. I am existence, acknowledge bliss, and boundless as space. 28. Although I am beyond such time divisions as evening and morning, still I am never absent. Although I am without differentiated knowledge, yet I am not deaf or dumb, as I am free. From ignorance, I do not need purification of the mind. I am existence, acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 29. I have no master, nor am I a master, therefore I am free from perplexity. I have transcended the mind, it has ceased to function, and therefore I have no perplexity. Know it for certain that all dualities have ceased for me, therefore I have no perplexity. I am existence, knowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 30. How can I say that Brahman is like a forest or a temple? How can I declare that Brahman is proven or doubtful? Truly, it is all-pervading, unaffected, and motionless. I am existence, knowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 31. Being devoid of matter and life, Brahman shines forever. Being without origin and seed, it exists forever. Being neither free nor bound, Brahman shines for I am existence, knowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 32. Without origin, Brahman shines forever. Without phenomenal existence, it radiates forever. Without being destroyed, it exists forever. I am existence acknowledged, bliss, and boundless as space. 33. O Self, you do not have any name or form, even to the extent of mere illusion. There is no substance which is different or non-different from you. Why then, O shameless mind, are you grieving? I am existence, acknowledge bliss, and boundless as space. 34. Why do you weep, my friend? For you there is neither decrepitude nor death. For you there is neither birth nor misery. Why do you weep, my friend? For you there is no disease or modification. I am existence, acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 35. Why do you weep, my friend? You have no form, nor are you deformed. Why do you weep, my friend? There is no aging for you. I am existence, acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 36. Why do you weep, my friend? You have no physical or mental organism. Why do you weep, my friend? You do not have any sense organs. I am existence, acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 37. Why do you weep, my friend? You have no lust or greed. Why do you weep, my friend? You have no delusion. I am existence, acknowledged, bliss, and boundless as space. 38. How can you desire sovereignty when you have no wealth? Why are you seeking wealth when you have no wife? As you have no sense of ownership, what will you do with the wealth? I am existence, acknowledge, bliss, and boundless as space. 39. The creation of the subtle and gross universe is neither for you nor for me. The shameless mind created the idea of diversity. There is neither unity nor diversity for you and for me. I am existence, acknowledged, bliss and boundless as space. 40. Indeed, there is not an iota of attachment or detachment in your real nature. Truly, you have not the slightest form of desire. I am existence, acknowledge and boundless as space. 41. Truly, there is no one who meditates within your heart. Therefore, you have no samadhi. There is no meditation within your heart because there is no space without. Indeed, there is no object of meditation within your heart, as there is no object or time. I am existence, knowledge bliss and boundless as space. 42. I have told you the quintessence of the supreme reality. There is neither you, nor I, nor superior, nor teacher, nor disciple. The ultimate reality is simple and spontaneous. I am existence, acknowledge, and boundless as space. 43. If I, the Supreme One, alone exist, like space, how can I say that the supreme reality is blissful or not blissful? How can I say that it can be attained by knowledge or by realization? 44. Realize that non-dual consciousness, which is devoid of fire and air, earth and water. Realize that non-dual consciousness, which is neither mobile nor immobile. Realize that non-dual consciousness, which is vast as space. 45. I am neither formless nor with form. My nature is neither pure nor impure. I am neither beautiful nor ugly. I am that supreme reality which shines in its own nature. 6. Renounce the mundane existence, and then renounce completely even that renunciation. Give up as poison the egoistic idea of shunning or accepting the world. You are pure, simple, firm, and immortal. Here ends the 3rd chapter of the Avadhuta Gita. Chapter 4. He said, One Brahman cannot be invoked or abandoned because it is formless. Therefore, what is the use of offering flowers and leaves or practicing meditation and repeating the mantra? How can one worship that supreme beatitude in which both unity and diversity are merged? 2. Brahman is not only free from bondage and liberation, purity and impurity, union and separation, but truly it is ever free. And I am that Brahman, infinite as space. 3. Whether the manifested world is real or unreal. This kind of doubt does not arise in my mind at all. I am by nature blissful and free. I am by nature blissful and free. In this chapter, Dattatreya Avadhuta repeats the following line 22 times with a view to asserting the real nature of the self. Svarupa nirvanam anamayoham. Natural state, liberation, freedom, free from disease and grief. That is, a blissful state. 4. Neither darkness nor light, neither inside nor outside, nor any other diversity appears in myself. I am by nature blissful and free. 5. Ignorance and knowledge do not originate in me. The knowledge of the self also does not arise in me. How can I say that I have ignorance or knowledge? I am by nature blissful and free. 6. Brahman is not associated with virtue and vice, or bondage and freedom. Nothing appears to me as united or separated. By nature. 7. No one is my superior or inferior. I have no idea of neutrality, nor do I have any enemy or friend. How can I speak of good and evil? I am by nature blissful and free. 8. I am neither the worshipper nor the object of worship. Instructions and rituals are not meant for me. How can I describe the nature of absolute consciousness? I am by nature blissful and free. 9. Nothing pervades Brahman, nor is anything pervaded by Brahman. Neither has it an abode, nor is it abodeless. How can I describe it as full or empty? I am by nature blissful and free. 10. Myself is not the perceiver, nor the object of perception. It has no cause or effect. It, PW, can I say that? It is conceivable or inconceivable. I am by nature blissful and free. Myself neither destroys anything, nor is it destroyed by anything. Neither is it a knower, nor is it knowable. O dear one, how can I describe it as coming or going? By nature. 12. I have no body, nor am I bodiless. I have no senses, mind, or intellect. How can I say that I have attachment or detachment? I am by nature blissful and free. 13. Forceful assertions cannot change Brahman, nor does denial of Brahman make it disappear. How can I say, O friend, whether Brahman is always the same or not? I am by nature blissful and free. 14. I have subdued the senses, and again I have not subdued them. I have never cultivated self-restraint, or religious austerities. O friend, how can I speak of success and defeat? I am by nature blissful and free. 15. I do not have a form, nor am I formless. I have no beginning, middle, or end. Friend, how can I say that I am strong or weak? I am by nature blissful and free. 16. O my dear, death and immortality, poison and nectar have never emanated from me. How can I say that I am pure or impure? By nature. 17. For me there is no waking or dreaming, nor any posture of yoga, nor is there any day or night. How can I say that I am in the third state, sleeping, or in the fourth, transcendental? I am by nature blissful and free. 18. Know that I am free from everything, and again not free from anything. I have no Maya, illusion, nor its multiple forms. How can I say that I shall have to practice daily obligatory religious disciplines? I am by nature blissful and free. Free from everything, anything, when an aspirant is united with Nirguna Brahman, Brahman without attributes, he is free from everything. And again, when he is identified with Saguna Brahman, Brahman with attributes, he is one with everything. Daily obligatory disciplines: Japan prayer, meditation, charity, study of the scriptures, and various kinds of sacrifices. 19. Know that I am completely absorbed in Brahman. Know that I am free from aim and aimlessness. How can I speak of union or separation? I am by nature blissful and free. 20. I am neither a fool nor a scholar. I am neither taciturn nor talkative. How can I describe Brahman through argument or counter-argument? I am by nature blissful and free. 21. I have no father, no mother, no family. I belong to no race. Never was I born, and never shall I die. How can I say that I have affection or delusion? I am by nature blissful and free. 21. Infatuation and temptation, greed and delusion cannot perturb or change Brahman. If Brahman alone is the indivisible supreme beatitude, how can there be any thought of discrimination or absence of discrimination? 22. Look, you and I have never existed. It is sheer nonsense to consider oneself as having a family or caste. Truly, I am Brahman, the supreme reality. How can I make salutations to it? 23. Discrimination between guru and disciple, and between instruction and reflection, are completely absent in Brahman. Truly, I am Brahman, the supreme reality. How can I make salutations to it? 24. In Brahman there is no division of physical forms, nor of imaginary worlds. Truly, I am Brahman, the supreme reality. How can I make salutations to it? 25. Brahman is completely free from passion and dispassion. Indeed, it is resplendent, immovable, and pure. Truly, I am Brahman, the supreme reality. How can I make salutations to it? 26. It is mere fancy to think that Brahman has a body, or that it is bodiless. The apparent actions of Murdya are also unreal. Truly, I am Brahman, the supreme reality. How can I make salutations to it? 27. Where the intellect cannot reach, how can there be any form of composition? The great Avadhuta, after purifying himself through meditation and becoming absorbed in infinite bliss, has sung spontaneously about Brahman. Here ends the 6th chapter of the Avadhuta Gita of Dattatreya. Chapter 5. Avadhuta said the Avadhuta wears a patched garment made of rags cast off by the side of the street. He walks a path which is free from virtue and vice. Absorbed in the pure, unpolluted bliss of Brahman, the carefree mendicant lives in a deserted place. 2. The signs of the Avadhuta may or may not be visible. Although he is beyond right and wrong, he is absolutely honest. His real nature is perfect, pure, and spotless. How is it possible for such an illumined soul to become involved in arguments and disputations? 3. The Avadhuta is free from the captivating trap of desire. Shunning physical tidiness and social niceties, he is absorbed in the Supreme Spirit. Thus, renouncing everything, he becomes one with the pure, stainless Brahman. 4. In this state of realization, how can the Avadhuta consider whether he has a body or not, or whether he has attachment or not? He himself is the immaculate, immovable, innate reality, infinite as space. 5. In this state of realization, how and where can one know the reality? How can there be any form or formlessness? When the Supreme Reality is all-pervading like space, how can one objectify it? 6. Brahman is all-pervading like space, and its essential nature is pure and spotless. Therefore, how can there be division and multiplication, bondage and liberation, and various other modifications in it? 7. The absolute Brahman pervades all equally. How can one feel union or separation there? Since the Supreme Brahman is identical in all, how can there be any variation of strength or weakness? 8. The absolute Brahman shines equally in all. It is clear and all-pervasive like space. Truly, how can there be any friendship or enmity, mirth or misery in it? 9. The Avadhuta may or may not observe the rules of yoga, still he is a yogi. He may or may not have any possessions, still he is an enjoyer. Indeed, he moves slowly and calmly and enjoys the natural bliss arising from his own pure mind. 10. As long as a person has both knowledge and ignorance, and a sense of duality and non-duality, how can he be liberated? Why should one who always enjoys the pure, unadulterated bliss of Brahman and whose innate nature is free from desire and ignorance try to be a yogi? As he is beyond whole and part, there is no division in Brahman. Brahman is not attached to anything because it is beyond attachment and non-attachment. Since it is all-pervading existence, like space, how can there be any contraction or expansion? 12. Renouncing everything, the Avadhuta is always united with Brahman. Transcending all elements, he is free. How can there be either life or death for him? What does it matter whether he practices meditation or not? 13. This whole world is an illusion, like a mirage in a desert. The indivisible, formless, supreme beatitude alone exists. 14. We, the Avadhutas, never desire righteousness, wealth, enjoyment, or liberation. How then do the scholars imagine that we have attachment or detachment? Nicolatesis 15. Where the intellect cannot reach, how can there be any form of composition? The great Avadhuta, after purifying himself through meditation and becoming absorbed in infinite bliss, has sung spontaneously about Brahman. Braha Avadhuta. Here ends the 7th chapter of the Avadhuta Gita of Dattatreya. Chapter 5. Avadhuta said, El Brahman, by going on a pilgrimage to seek you, I have denied your omnipresence. By meditating on you, I have given you form in my mind and thus denied your formless nature. By singing hymns, I have described you and thus denied your indescribable nature. Forgive me for these 3 offences. 2. He whose intellect is not agitated by desires, and whose sense organs are controlled, he who is gentle, pure, without possessions, not covetous, not greedy for food, serene and steadfast, He who has taken refuge in the self, he alone is a sage. 3. The sage is vigilant, profound, and steady, and has conquered the mind and the senses. He is humble and gives honor to all. He is well-mannered, friendly, compassionate, and far-sighted. 4. The sage is gracious, non-violent, and forbearing toward all. He is established in truth, impartial, and beneficent to all. He is a blameless soul. 5. One should learn the characteristics of a supreme Avadhuta, syllable by syllable, from the teachers of the Vedas and Vedanta who are adept in understanding the syllables and the meaning of the Vedas. 6. The syllable A of Avadhuta indicates that he is free from the snare of hopes and expectations. His life is pure from its beginning, through its middle, to its end, and he always dwells in bliss. 7. The syllable VA of Avadhuta indicates that he has uprooted all desires. His speech is purifying, and he always lives in the ever-present Brahman. 8. The syllable DHU of Avadhuta indicates that though his body is besmeared with grey dust from lack of body consciousness, his mind is pure and healthy. He no longer needs to practice concentration and meditation. 9. The syllable Ta of Avadhuta indicates that he is absorbed in the thought of Brahman, and that he does not suffer from anxiety or feel obliged to exert himself. He is completely free from both egotism and ignorance. 10. This is the blissful song composed by Dattatreya Avadhuta. Those who read it or hear it become free from rebirth. Here ends the 8th chapter of the Avadhuta Gita of Dattatreya, the Swami's instructions to Kartika entitled Self-Knowledge.